This is the affluent, gated community in southern England, which may be the latest Kremlin crime scene to come to light. It was here that wealthy Russian exile and whistleblower Alexander Perepelichny dropped dead while jogging back in 2012. He was just 44. At the time, British police ruled out foul play, but now traces of an extremely toxic plant in his stomach appear to have been found. The controversial findings were presented earlier this week at a coroner's court in Britain after plant toxicology experts from the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew were asked to help determine the cause of death. What they found were traces of Gelsemium, a plant which produces a poison which is extremely rare and very hard to trace. The poisoning theory has strong echoes of the suspected murder of another Russian exile in London, Alexander Litvinenko. That 2006 killing with a radioactive poison badly soured Russian relations with Britain. Like Litvinenko, Perepelichny warned his life was at risk from forces linked to the Kremlin after providing key evidence of a massive alleged fraud involving Russian tax officials. At the time, the US-born financier whose investment company was targeted in the alleged fraud told me he believed the information from Perepelichny may have been his death sentence.
People would kill for a lot less than this information. What happened from this information was that many millions of dollars of accounts that belonged to corrupt Russian officials and organized criminals has been frozen. And people will kill for a lot less than many millions of dollars in Russia.
The Kremlin has not yet responded to CNN's request for comment, and British authorities say more tests must be done for the coroner's court to decide. But suspicions have again been raised that this one unexplained death in southern England may have been orchestrated from abroad.
Matthew Chance is joining us now with more from Moscow. I mean, Matthew, this is a fascinating report that you've put together, and really amazing as you're learning a little bit more of what could be the circumstances of this man's death. You say that more tests need to be done. Are they confident they're going to definitively figure out exactly what killed him?
I mean, I think so. Now that they're on this track of finding these traces of toxins inside his stomach, this is a sort of post-mortem examination, obviously. I think it's going to be, a lot easier for them to identify what it is exactly that killed him. And this is part of the general problem, if you like, of poisoning people these days, because forensic science has become so sophisticated, so good at identifying what the toxins are, then it's very difficult for the perpetrators to get away with it. Remember Alexander Litvinenko, I mentioned him in that report. He was killed in 2006 with radioactive polonium-210, this very rare radioactive isotope. The thinking was perhaps that was never going to be traced by the British authorities, but they found it, what it was, they identified it, and they traced it back potentially to a source in Russia. And so it's very difficult for poisoners to get away with these things these days.
Matthew, it goes without saying, this is not the first guy who has crossed the Kremlin to end up dead. So what does this say about the risks of doing business with Russia? Is this sending a chill around the business community?
Yeah, well, I think the risks of doing business with Russia are obviously well known. There have been many, many businessmen since the collapse of the Soviet Union that have met sticky ends coming into conflict with other business interests in Russia. But it's not just the risks of doing business in Russia, it's the risks of falling foul of those in authority here. I mean, in February of this year, Boris Nemtsov, one of the country's most vocal opposition figures, was gunned down just outside the Kremlin. There have been countless other people who have been at odds with the Kremlin and people close to the Kremlin who have also been killed as well. So it is a very dangerous place in which to operate, and when you do business, it's particularly dangerous. But, of course, there are profits to be made in Russia, and that's always what's driven businesses from around the world towards operating here more and more.
I mean, this could be make a major statement and point the finger towards Russia when and if all of these findings are confirmed. Has Moscow reacted at all to this?
No, it hasn't yet. We've tried to contact the Kremlin and they've not been contactable on this issue today. We have spoken to an official at the Russian Foreign Ministry who said that she'd never even heard of this character. And so it's not a death that's been getting very much media coverage here. But I mean, if it is found that he was poisoned, potentially by an adversary in Russia, both governments are going to be hearing a lot more about this figure.